12 News Jobs in Demand. We'll show you the most popular ones to help keep pace with an aging workforce. Plus, the tiny house built with an enormous amount of pride. But first, another bad break. See what happened now to a popular Brooklyn Park restaurant. 12 News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. The owner of a popular Brooklyn Park restaurant can't seem to catch a break.
About a month ago, a vehicle smashed into Wagner's drive-in, causing the place to close for repairs. Now something else happens. Here's reporter Sonia Goins.
We took the paneling off the wall. We replaced the sheetrock, so we cleaned that all up.
Jim Wagner is in the middle of repairing his drive-in restaurant.
It needed to be spruced up.
He's been in business for 30 years.
We were looking at doing a 30th anniversary this year.
This is the second time in 2 years he's had to remodel.
Next thing we know, we got the building crashed into.
In 2013, a drunken driver crashed into the building.
And then kaboom.
Then in early September, a pickup truck hit the side of the building.
You can see, and then he backs out.
Causing major damage.
Taped it up so it's nice and smooth. And
since then, repairs have been made, including new paint on the walls and tile work.
They cut the lock.
But now Jim is dealing with a different kind of mess.
This pod was generally completely full.
Sometime between Sunday night and Monday morning, thieves broke into the pod.
I was pissed. Is the only word to say. You can see where they cut it. I mean, it was not the greatest lock.
The crooks stole shelving, metal pots and pans, and a 6-burner grill.
They grabbed whatever they could fit in their truck, probably, and took off with it.
To make matters worse, Jim is going to have to pay with his own money to replace the stolen items.
I have a high deductible right now so what I lost and that other stuff is out of my pocket up until the deductible.
He says it could cost at least $1,000, but Jim says he's not going to let this temporary setback stop him from serving the community he loves.
What do? You can't catch him.
Jim hopes to reopen in a few weeks. Meanwhile, he's not taking any more chances of having someone smash through the building. He's putting up a concrete barrier to prevent that from happening. In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Jim has a GoFundMe account to help with costs. Meanwhile, he's asking anyone with information to come forward and call police.
Maple Grove police are reminding residents to stay alert after a man broke into multiple vehicles at an upscale senior living facility. The thefts happened October 8th at the Silver Creek on Main senior living facility. A man gained access to the underground parking garage and broke into 6 vehicles, stealing credit cards, money, and electronics. It's a reminder to keep valuables out of sight.
If they see something, especially in an apartment complex where it's a close-knit community, if they see somebody that doesn't belong, that shouldn't be there, lurking around garage doors or entrances, to, if anything, call the on-site management to let them know, and if they really feel that it's suspicious, call us and we'll check them out.
Police are looking for this man caught on video surveillance. He has a tattoo on his right forearm. If you know anything about the case or you can identify the man, call Maple Grove Police. The number is 763-494-6189.
Maple Grove has chosen a new city administrator. The city will offer the job to Heidi Nelson, the city manager of Wayzata. Nelson was one of 3 finalists. She will replace longtime city administrator Al Madsen, who plans to retire at the end of November. And there's good news for drivers in Plymouth. A new north-south roadway is now complete, connecting Plymouth and Maple Grove. The Peony Lane extension runs from Wayzata High School north to Lawndale Lane and the Maple Grove border. The completion of the project helps serve the growing population in northwest Plymouth. It also provides an alternate route during the reconstruction of Vicksburg Lane. Well, for some people, less is more, which is definitely true when it comes to tiny houses.
Eric Nelson has the unique story of a group of students who have built something they can be proud of.
In some housing circles, tiny is now trendy.
People downsizing, people wanting to live more simply, and people wanting to be off the grid, so to speak.
This house takes tiny to the extreme. It's less than 200 square feet. The tiny house was built by approximately 100 special ed students from the West Education Center. The project has fostered positive change for the kids.
They showed up for school more often. had fewer behavior problems, got more academic work done.
Construction began in October of 2014 and finished up this month. The tiny house is proof that with attention and guidance, kids can achieve great things.
They really need something that they can take ownership of.
Don't be fooled by the tiny house's small footprint. There are 2 levels, a furnace, oven, and water heater, all powered by propane, and the 12-volt lighting runs off batteries.
In the walls we have denim insulation, which is made from recycled blue jeans.
The tiny house is valued at $40,000 and will be put up for bid next month. The finished product is impressive.
I wasn't really stunned that it turned out like this because we hold kids to a high standard, no matter what their ability level is.
The tiny house is also mobile. It can be taken to campgrounds, RV parks, or put on a piece of property. In Plymouth, I'm Eric Nelson, Channel 12 News.
The West Education students received work experience credits towards their high school degree for the project. Golden Valley has approved a new location for a child care and preschool facility. Peaceful Valley Montessori is relocating to a site previously occupied by a credit union just north of Highway 55 and west of Douglas Drive. The new facility will allow the child care business to expand with enough capacity for 160 children. It's expected to open in January.
Today, a special honor for a Golden Valley business. My Music Store was named Business of the Year by the Golden Valley Rotary Club. Jim Harms and Linda Morris started My Music Store 16 years ago. While the store is popular with music lovers, today it was singled out for its commitment to the community. The honor took the owners by surprise, but they say there's a combination of ingredients to their success, starting with the customer.
Never leave a customer unhappy. If everybody is satisfied that it's a good deal on both sides, it's a win-win situation.
The Golden Valley Rotary pointed out My Music Store's generous support of students through instrument rental and repair and other supplies it provides. My Music Store also raises money for the Animal Humane Society with its annual guitar toss. So congratulations to them. Healthcare is indeed a booming field. Up next, we find out the types of healthcare jobs in demand.
Then a little bit later in sports, Osseo is ready to tackle another challenge in the prep football playoffs.
But first, bundle up on Wednesday. Temperatures will only be in the 30s and 40s.
The healthcare field goes well beyond the work of doctors and nurses.
There are a wide variety of jobs and programs for people wanting to get into the field. And as Delane Cleveland reports in today's Health Check, an event at North Hennepin Community College aimed to showcase some of the healthcare job opportunities.
We're very excited that everyone is here, and that is such a good turnout.
Selecting a field of study isn't always the easiest thing to do in college.
I don't know. That's the problem. I have been trying to figure that out.
Just ask some of the students at North Hennepin Community College.
Probably like nutrition or something.
To help solve that problem, North Hennepin organized this health showcase to promote the different programs they offer and highlight various healthcare careers.
The goal is to learn about our varied programs that we offer through the Division of Health Sciences, Wellness, and Human Services, but also to give them tools to be healthy. So we have a health department, exercise science, nursing.
One of the more popular but not very well-known programs at North Hennepin is in medical laboratory technology.
We work in the laboratory running tests on blood and body fluids, and that information is essential to properly treating patients.
She says it's an essential job with an aging workforce, which means that positions are available in the field.
About the average age is about 55, so there's a lot of people who are close to retirement, and there aren't all that many people going into this field as compared with something like nursing.
Speaking of nursing,
I'm going to check a temperature.
The college also showed off its new space for nursing students, which is designed to resemble a hospital setting, and it comes complete with robotic mannequins that emulate patients.
Your blood glucose went down really low.
There are a variety of options for a student to choose. It's just a matter of the student deciding what's the right fit.
I'm not really sure yet, but I'm getting there.
In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
Still ahead, Minnesota Viking players give residents a morning jolt.
But first, the Park Center boys soccer team is in the state tournament for the second time in school history. We catch up with the Pirate players up next.
Well, this is a pretty big deal. It's always a big deal. You get to the state tournament, but it doesn't happen very often.
11 years the last time Park Center was there, so they're very excited about this. For the second time in school history, the Park Center boys soccer team is in the state tournament. As Jay Wilcox reports, the Pirates are excited about the opportunity.
Now going forward, keep it on the ground.
It was one of the goals the Pirates set this fall, and now being in the state tournament is a reality.
It definitely feels pretty amazing that, out of all the teams in Minnesota, we're one of the 8 to be able to participate in this tournament.
At the very beginning of the season, we had 3 goals to get 90 people out, to finish top 3 in sections, and to make it to state, and it just feels great to have all 3 of those goals accomplished.
The Pirates advanced by beating Moundsview in the Section 5 AA championship. It was the type of performance they wanted to see.
Actually, I think we played great because the first time we played, we really worked hard, and we also used the same strategy, and then we did it again.
Park Center started fast this season and zoomed up the state rankings. A second half slump reminded them, don't take anything for granted.
Every athlete, crosses their mind, what if, I'm in the state tournament, or even farther, what if I'm a state champion? And seeing the girls in the state tournament last year definitely rallied everyone up, and, we wanted it.
As just the second Park Center boys team to reach state, they know this is big for the team, but also for the school and the community.
They get more motivated because they're playing for their school that maybe doesn't get the experience all the time either, particularly at the highest levels of the the class. So they feel responsible, I think, for the success, not just for themselves but for the school, and I think they play harder as a result.
Now the Pirates hope to continue their good role. Jay Wilcox, 12 Sports.
Park Center and St. Cloud Tech meet at 7:30 Wednesday night at Farmington High School. You can watch a replay of the game Thursday night at 7 here on Channel 12 and at 12.tv. We'll have a story on Wayzata's girls team tomorrow starting at 4. The state football playoffs get started this week. Osseo is in the Class 6A tournament for the second time in 3 seasons. The Orioles advanced with a high-scoring 56-34 win over Hopkins last Friday. The Orioles offense moved the ball at will, while the defense had some struggles, but forced a couple of key turnovers. They know they'll have to shore some things up defensively this week.
We struggled with wrapping up and tackling the backers. We got to hit them low instead of taking some of the bigger guys up high. We got to get it on their feet so they can't move.
The Orioles face the #1 seed from Section 3, Lakeville North, Thursday night. When you get to this point in the playoffs, all the remaining teams are tough. And the Orioles know they'll be in for a challenge.
Well, they have a lot of great athletes. They spread the ball out when they have to. They can power run you when they need to. Their defense flies around. I know their head coach is in charge of their defense, and those guys like to fly around and make some plays. But we're pretty good, too, on offense. So I'm excited to see that matchup.
Key for our team would probably be executing every play and not making the mental mistakes. We have the physical abilities to keep going farther, but the mental mistakes, we just can't have them.
The Orioles and Lakeville North meet at 7 o'clock Thursday night at Eden Prairie. You can watch the game Friday at 7 and 10 p.m. on Channel 12 and 12.tv. The Hopkins boys cross-country team is ranked first in the state in Class AA. They will run in the Section 6 AA meet Wednesday. On this week's Sports Jam show on Channel 12, we meet a talented group of Royals runners. Here's a clip from that story.
The Royals are led by 4 seniors from Golden Valley: Sam Branson, Jack Henschel, Owen Haft, and Hunter Stack. This season is one the guys have had their eyes on for a while.
We all went to the same elementary school together, so we've been growing up since kindergarten. At least the 4 of us, Owen, me, Jack, and Sam.
Over the last probably 7 years or so, we've spent so much time together, and these are some of my best friends, and it's just a blast to all be doing so well.
Junior Seth Eliason is the one non-senior among the team's top 5 runners. And amidst the tough competition the Royals often face in meets, pushes this team even harder.
I like having a lot of competition like that. It just makes you that much better.
Now you can see the rest of that story and much more this week on Sports Jam. It airs through Wednesday at 3:30, 6:30, and 9:30 p.m. on Channel 12 and 12.tv. We'll have highlights of that Section 6 AA meet coming up later this week on 12 News.
All right, thanks, John. In Local Vote 2015, we are focusing on the race for City Council in Golden Valley this week.
6 candidates are running for 2 available positions on the council. They include incumbents Joni Clausen and Steve Schmidgall. Clausen was first elected in 2011 and is seeking a second term. Schmidgall was elected 2 years ago.
I'm Joni Clausen, and I'm running for re-election to the Golden Valley City Council. For the past 4 years, I have been responsive and dedicated to the residents of our community. I have been your voice at City Hall. Together, we have accomplished so much, but more still needs to be done. We need to tackle our debt and be financially responsible. We need to improve our infrastructure while keeping the character of our city, and we need to address our transportation needs, which includes the Blue Line extension. I am Joni Clausen, and I'm running for the Golden Valley City Council. I'm asking for your support on November 3rd.
Vote for me, Steve Schmidgall, for Golden Valley City Council. Targeted development, effective governance, infrastructure, and financial stability are areas that the council and I have agreed to focus on in the coming year. These are exactly the issues that you and I spoke about 2 years ago when you elected me. We have made great strides in each of these areas and are taking Golden Valley into the future with economic vitality, more housing options, responsive government, better streets, better parks, energy-saving city practices, and level taxes. Vote for me, Steve Schmidgall, on November 3rd for the future of Golden Valley.
Still ahead, no purple Kool-Aid, just coffee.
A Vikings player helps Brooklyn Center residents with their caffeine fix. That story when we come back. And finally, your cafe mocha served up with purple pride.
That's right. Minnesota Viking defensive lineman Brian Robinson still had on his jersey, but also strapped on his Barista thinking cap. Number 96 served up coffee drinks for charity at the Brooklyn Center Caribou Coffee on Tuesday morning. Seems he was able to help with the morning rush.
He's doing a great job. I think we already have 20 pounds out in about a half an hour, so he's doing a great job. He's hired anytime.
He's got a job. Caribou matched Tuesday morning sales, donating proceeds to Cancer Care. It's a nonprofit that provides support services to families coping with cancer. And 10% of sales of its special Amy's Blend coffee will also benefit Cancer Care through the end of the month. So it's not done yet. Go over there and pick up some of that.
Wonder if it tastes better served up by him, right?
Absolutely. I'm sure it would.
It's got to.
Yeah. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.